those of you that don't know, that's the microphone right up there. So we,
Okay.
we're ready. All right, welcome to tonight, our first meeting of the new year, of the Pratt Committee. We have several new members tonight that we'd like to get everybody introduce themselves so we'll know who they kind of are. And I guess the new members can start first, I suppose, and then we'll get the rest of you, starting with down here, Bradley.
Yeah, my name's Bradley Rao. I've been here in Clemson for a little over 20 years now. I work at the university in the genetics and biochemistry department. Have kids in rec, and I've participated in a lot of the things in the community, so I'm really excited to be here.
Tatiana?
I'm Tatiana. Yeah, my last name is, I'm Tatiana Myries, but I usually just go by Tatiana for that reason. And I'm an illustrator, and I've been in Clemson about 20 years too. My husband's at the university, and I work at home in my studio, and I used to work a lot at the Art Center back in the day.
Well, let me make that, Bradley is actually on the Parks and Rec part of us. Tatiana's on the arts, on the art, visual arts or the arts?
Visual art, if I have to choose, but
I don't know which.
art's good.
I don't know which one, and then, okay, and then Naomi, you would,
Hi everyone, I'm Naomi Jarakis Mucci. I've only been in the area 2 years, so I'll average out the mean there. And I am the Director of Historic Properties at Clemson University, so background in museums and public history.
So you might be the visual art person, this might be the art person, and they're coming in there.
Yeah.
All right, and then that's all the new people for now. The old, just go ahead.
He called you out.
Robert, he's calling you out.
Robert Kemp.
And Robert represents the African American Museum, CAM, and we call it culture. That's the culture part of it. My name's Bill Caraway. I'm the chairman right now, and I've been in Clemson forever. I taught at Edwards Middle School, and I've been around here for a long time, and then went to Clemson and all that stuff there.
I'm Crystal Garrison. I've been here for 8 years and went to Clemson 20-something years ago. And I think I represent the Parks and Rec department.
You do?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Hey, y'all, I'm Jacob Witchels. I'm not that old, but I grew up here, so I've been around for a while in Clemson, and I work for the school district.
Bailey, Jacob, and I actually grew up. We were neighbors growing up, right next door to us. Yeah. So I've been here my whole life as well. Went to Clemson. Yeah. I work at Clemson Downs, and on the Parks and Rec side.
Me too.
I'm Sarah Williams. I've lived here for 15 years, leaving actually at the end of the school year. I know. And yeah, I'm an author. I work from home.
Sarah's also Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, yes.
And she's been doing our community connections and done a very good job of that. And we'll have to find someone to replace her on that one after she leaves. We hate that she will be here through spring, and then after that she'll have to replace her there. Okay, that's pretty much the introductions. In November, we did not have a quorum, so we did not officially take any minutes or anything, so there's nothing we have to approve on that, so that takes care of that. I will hit on my end of it when I go down to my part at the end. I'll hit some of the highlights of what we did at that meeting, but it's not official minutes or anything of that sort. Okay. The next thing we have to do is every year we elect new officers. It's time we elect the new officers. I suppose the first one would be the chairman again. So are there any nominations for the chairman?
I'll nominate you.
Yeah. I second it.
Thank y'all, and I'm very honored to do this. I've been doing this for a while now, Jane.
Yes, sir.
But I'm very honored to do it, and I appreciate y'all's vote of confidence. So I accept it. All in favor of me again? Raise your hand, please. Okay, thank y'all very much. Next, we have I guess you got the vice chair, and I want to nominate Crystal, if she would accept that nomination.
I accept it.
Accept it. Anybody else, anything? All in favor of Crystal taking care of that again? Good. All right. And then the last thing is secretary. So we like, the secretary obviously has a little, have to do it more. Bailey would like to pass it on to someone. She's been doing it now for at least 2 years maybe. And she'd like to pass it on to someone else. Would anyone else like to?
Want to do it?
Anyone else like to do it? Tatiana would?
I will see what you do. I don't, this is my first meeting of any kind.
Yeah.
So you want to, but I'm happy to do it. Yeah, I just
So-
have to figure out how.
So at this time, would everybody, Tanya, so you would say?
Yeah.
We'll all work with you, we're not that, no. But so, with everybody okay with Tatiana being the secretary for the upcoming year? Raise your hand, please. Thank you very much. Tatiana, it's yours then, and we appreciate that, you know. So, all right, the AED discussion. The Girl Scouts by the way, did a fantastic presentation to us, who was just about 3 or 4 of us here. So they're going to come back and do it again. And you have a packet here that they put it together and ran off. And so I'm just going to let them take over. Girls, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Leila Stevenson, and I'm working with Evie Bishop, but she was sick today and couldn't make it, so it's just going to be me. Evie and I are 6th graders at R.C. Edwards Middle, and we're both members of the Girl Scout Troop 3218, and are active athletes and participate in plenty of sports through the recreation department and travel teams. And we're beginning to work toward our silver award. So the Girl Scouts of America Silver. A silver award is a take action community project through the Girl Scouts and includes 5 elements: leadership, root cause, sustainable, measurable, national, and or a global link. For the silver award, Girl Scouts are able to work in groups of 2 to 3, and those groups have to identify a problem in the community and work to solve the problem through leadership and service. Following the CPR certification last spring, we began looking for public access to AEDs and preparation for emergency situations. And we noticed that none of the 14 City of Clemson parks have 24/7 access to AEDs. And we decided we'd like to do something about this. The city has 2 portable AEDs, and one is in the office at Nettles Park, and one is taken to the fields during athletic games. An AED is an automated external defibrillator, a portable device used to treat sudden cardiac arrest by delivering an electrical shock to the heart. It's important to have an AED on hand for helpers to respond quickly to the situation and not have to wait. And through our own CPR certification, we learned that every moment a person is in distress or does not have an AED is every minute that the person is struggling to survive. Our proposal is we'd like to work with the City of Clemson Parks and Recreation Department to install 24/7 public access to AEDs in selected parks. We met with the City of Clemson Parks and Recreation Department to identify the parks with the greatest need, and we found 3: Nettles Park, 12 Mile Park, and Clemson Park. Nettles Park experiences the highest overall use, with the pickleball courts represent the busiest area outside of programmed or reserved events at the park. And 12 Mile Park is one of the top 2 most visited parks based on the data offering a playground, beach with a dedicated swimming area, boat ramp, and shelter. In Clemson Park, visitor numbers are expected to increase with the completion of the pump track, skate park, and splash pad. This is our AED example of a weather-mounted proof case. And there are a few options we found that can prevent theft. It can be equipped with an alarm that sounds the local EMS responder, and we can lock it with a key code that 911 can provide when you call them. The average cost of an AED with the wall-mounted weatherproof case, including pads and the battery, is around $1,500. For the maintenance of AEDs, the pads will need to be replaced after use or every 2 to 5 years, and the battery will need to be checked once a month and replaced every 2 to 5 years. And the AEDs are generally under warranty for 10 years. We will be fundraising to purchase the 3 AEDs by asking community members and civic groups such as the Lions Club and Elks Club and local doctors for donations. We will also identify and apply for grants to fund the AEDs and replacement parts. Examples are the Project AED 365 and Firehouse Subs has a quarterly AED grant. We also plan to work with the City of Clemson Parks and Recreation Department to develop and post an action plan with each AED machine. This will include the emergency dispatcher phone number, the instructions to provide the following information: the name, location, provided address, number calling from, and the number of victims, the venue directions, and map of the park. To wrap it all up, we believe that 24/7 access to AEDs is important for the safety of the community. We look forward to funding the AEDs through fundraising and grants, and we hope you agree that this is an important community project in support of the Clemson. If you have any questions, you can ask them now.
So after the initial purchase of the AEDs, replacing batteries has to be done every 2 to 5 years, and who would pay for that?
We will, because we would already be funding for the AEDs, so we may have some extra cash that
Okay,
we could.
I didn't know how much a battery would be.
Yeah. So I don't know how much, maybe.
That's just something probably just, oh,
I know because we have an AED at the city, at the art center, and the fire marshal comes around and checks them and replaces the battery. They're not that expensive. They're like under $50.
If they need assistance, we
you have
will
budget
help
to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I had another question like that. Is who change, if the fire marshal changes all the batteries on all the AEDs?
Yeah, he comes around and checks the pads and the batteries.
And I guess because I don't know about this, is this something that people use all the time? I know there's one at the rec center and at the art center. Do they get used?
We hope they don't.
Yeah, so you want to not use it, but you want to.
They're useful to give CPR the correct, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no,
useful
I
for
know.
CPR. So if you have to give CPR, I mean, as much as you have to give CPR, I think it's useful. You did a great job.
Yeah.
But back years ago, I was trained in this, and I actually used one on someone.
Oh, yeah.
They made it, thank goodness. And, but it is very, very, very important, very helpful. And, my concern was more, I think, remember, about the security of them at the different places. But I'm not as worried about that after looking into it a little bit. I'm not as worried about that. I think y'all, because if anybody messes with it, the sound's gonna go off, it's gonna notify, people are gonna come there. I think that even though it's not I think we'll be fine on that, I really do. And so I was a little concerned about that at first. And then when someone has to use it, the training of someone to use it, but you said that has a lot of, it's the ones nowadays are a lot different from the ones I
They'll
used
tell you
a long time ago.
what.
So they're self-trained almost on them, which I've looked that up to, that's very good. So, I think this is a great idea. I know I won't be able to put them all in at one time. Do you have what park you want to go to first? Any suggestions on that?
Maybe, what park was it?
And you weren't planning on doing them all at one time, I don't think, all three of them. There's three of them you were looking at.
Throughout some years, because it would probably take a while to raise enough money for 3.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I think maybe Clemson Park first because of the completion of the pump track and skate park and splash pad. Because the pump track and skate park, I'm not gonna say they're dangerous, but they're more like not like pickleball. You can't get hurt as much as you could at the pump track or skate park.
Well, not that that's a great thing, but most of the people that's going to be there are young.
Yeah.
I'm a senior, which uses those in Boulevard Polywall. Now, I was thinking more the pickleball courts, but that would be left up entirely to y'all and the rec department.
You're thinking of older people?
Yes.
Let's consult the expert. What do you think?
But no, I think, but again, I think y'all are doing a fantastic thing. I wish you all the luck in the world, and I will be there to support you when the time comes.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any comments or questions?
Oh, somebody
Okay.
right here.
Oh, I'm sorry, somebody.
Okay. My name's Fred Burton. I live at Clemson Downs, and 6 days after open heart surgery in Charlotte, I went into cardiac arrest. I was revived by an AED, which was handy. And so no matter where I go, I look for that AED. I used to have training in it with the NCDOT when I worked with them. But I just wanted to let you know how important it is to have them clearly labeled and to have the training and have them available. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, I guess our thing is, basically, we have to vote if we are going to vote to approve the AED project that the young ladies are trying to put together. So do I hear a motion from anyone?
Motion.
So I hear a motion. Second on the motion over here. All in favor of the Girl Scouts working toward putting the AEDs, 3 of them, into the different parks over a period of time. Raise your hand, please. Passes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good luck.
Good job.
We look forward to hearing more about it. All right.
Back with updates.
Okay.
On the basketball practice.
That's right, we're off to basketball. Where hopefully we won't need an AED.
I noticed the basketball uniform day.
12 and under girls.
12.
Yes.
All right, I think our next is a report from Morgan on the
Public input.
on the Black Heritage Trail update.
I ain't gonna.
Oh, sorry, I mean, maybe, public input, anybody, this gentleman already has some public input. Anybody else out there is out? Thank you, sir, for that too. Hey.
Good morning.
All right, Morgan, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
I'm skipping down through here.
And then can we start the slideshow for that one?
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So, hi, everyone. I'm Morgan Robinson. I am the manager of the Clemson Area African American Museum, and I am the site coordinator for the Black Heritage Trail Clemson, City of Clemson sites. So I am here to provide some updates on the City of Clemson sites for the Black Heritage Trail. For folks who may not be too aware of the Black Heritage Trail, it is essentially a collaborative project between the City of Clemson, the City of Seneca, and Clemson University, where we will have interpretive signage, state historical markers, commissioned artwork, and a few other things across Clemson's campus, the City of Clemson, and the City of Seneca. Just highlighting the local Black history in these areas, just our way to uncover and preserve the history and heritage of African Americans in the upstate. So, the City of Clemson, we have some sites and themes that have been in the planning. On the side here, you can see the different sizes of the signs that we're looking to have. We're looking at a total of 17 interpretive signs across 2 sites, and those 2 sites are at Rotary Park and at Dawson Park. We will primarily have those smaller signs, the type 3 signs, but we're looking at figuring out ways to use the type 1, that 3-sided sign, and the type 2 for maybe our introductory text or overview of whatever content will go on each of the signs at Dawson and Rotary Parks. We are also going to have some state historical markers. We're currently working on an application for the Calhoun Colored School, which is where the Art Center, the Clemson Child Development Center, and the Clemson Area African American Museum are housed in the Calhoun Bridge Center. And we're also in talks to apply for a historical marker for Abel Baptist Church and Abel Cemetery, if I'm not mistaken. And our thematic focus for the city of Clemson will be on churches, communities, education, and laborers. So highlighting the stories of African Americans within these different themes and how they connect not only within the city of Clemson, but across to the university, to the city of Seneca, and the larger Pickens and Oconee counties. So I have some things, some lovely maps and diagrams I would like to share with you all. You can pass them around. The first one on this slide, as you pass around, is for Rotary Park. We are currently looking at 7 signs total for Rotary Park. You can't see it. Okay, never mind. I was trying to use the pointer. But we're looking at a total of 7 signs at Rotary Park. There are 2 clusters of 3 signs, and then 1 individual sign over by the seating area. There we go. Yes. There we go. Thank you, Jay. So we'll have those signs focusing in the area where it's walkable, and you can also kind of see that there's the concrete stamp with the logo from the Black Heritage Trail. We are talking with Nate Hinkle to create a concrete stamp that will place the logo on the sidewalk in a couple of locations at Rotary Park. And we're also thinking of different ways we can use this logo, this concrete stamp, across the city as well. So marking places like the museum, potentially Little John Community Center, and some other notable places in the city with this logo that we won't be able to, or at least at this current moment, be able to place some interpretive signs. And here is Dawson Park. Dawson Park will have 10 signs at this location. Learning that this is also a place that we lease from the university. We'll be collaborating with the university to do a full kind of rebuild and addition of sidewalks at Dawson. So that we'll be discussing different ways to clear some trees while still maintaining that canopy of trees over at Dawson Park. Thinking of different ways to have some lighting as well at Dawson. And we're also having conversations about having artwork installed at Dawson as well, because the Red Hill baseball team historically played over at Dawson. So we want to make sure that we memorialize that history as well. And just to zoom out, just some next steps. So for the interpretive signs that will go up at Rotary and Dawson, we're just finalizing the content that will go on those signs and developing a design for preliminary review. We're working with Guerrilla Graphics, who've done some other signage in the city and on the campus as well. So we can go ahead and focus on getting some design, some fabrication and installation of the signs at Rotary Park. That would take about 3 to 6 months. So they're our first kind of focus for this project. We're also in the process of finalizing the application for the Calhoun Colored School State Historical Marker, and we will start the research and application process for the Abel Baptist Church Historical Marker, and doing community engagement opportunities. We recently had a trail chat over at Clemson Presbyterian Church a couple of weeks ago where we were able to engage with different community members at the church. And we are thinking of doing one at Abel as well, engaging with folks in that community and who attend the church, just to discuss Rotary Park, specifically because it is directly across from Abel as well. So getting some feedback and insight and kind of making folks aware of what's going on over in the city. So that is all I have, the updates for now, and definitely open to different questions.
I have some questions.
Comments, questions?
I love it. I love trails and parks. So are you coordinating with the Green Crescent Trail any? Because it, I think, goes down 93 toward Seneca, or I think it should be. It's like, and so I think it should go back on Abel Road by the trail system. So I don't know if you know anybody there, but I think that would be interesting to kind of coordinate this into the Green Crescent Trail system.
I will speak with Dr. Thomas and with Nate Hinkle about that, because I know he mentioned the Green Crescent Trail when we met the other day talking about this, so I'll follow up with them about that.
And then how is Clemson University involved?
So the university, they will also have their individual interpretive signs going up across campus.
Gotcha.
And as a whole, we're partners in the creation of a website that will be going live soon. And a lot of the historical information, there will be a lot of overlap because of the proximity and relationships between the city and the university.
Okay.
And you said Seneca is also involved, correct?
Yes.
And they're doing some of their own, are you working with them, or they have their own?
They've had their own team, and they are in these stages for kind of finalizing the content for their signs as well. So theirs will be at Blue Ridge Field, if I'm not mistaken. They're having a few different interpretive signs on their site related to some different things, but similar things to ours as far as education and entrepreneurship. So we'll have our individual projects that will connect with overlapping things, and then we'll have our website for this entire Black Heritage Trail that you'll be able to see the different sites, map it out on the website, and then read all of the stories that are featured on the signs and the larger stories as well.
And timeline, do you have anything that's still to be determined?
That is still up in the air. We are currently, so the Black Heritage Trail was funded through the Mellon Foundation. It was an over $3 million grant that was awarded. So we're currently in our last year of that grant. So the timeline, we're definitely looking at 3 to 6 months starting April and May for the Rotary Park project. The Dawson Park project will take a bit longer, but the city as well as the museum, we have been in discussion of looking into capital funds to help fund this project as far as parks and things are concerned.
I like the symbol. What is it?
So it is actually a combination of the Kiowee, the Little, and Seneca rivers, where they kind of intersect and overlap. If there's that color portion of the logo, those colors are from the National Pan-Hellenic Council. So the Black Greek sororities and fraternities, those are their different colors kind of pulled into that, but it's the rivers from this area kind of intersecting.
Thanks. I like it.
Anybody else have any comments or questions for Morgan? Thank you, Morgan. For best of luck. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. You'll get it all together. All right. Okay, I think, Jay, you're up for adult softball.
Okay.
And
This is a subject that we have been discussing about the last 2 years. So we had a individual come forward that was interested in running a softball league for us and just renting out our fields out. So we met with him. He came to a work session that we had a couple of weeks ago, made his presentation, so I took it to Andy and Ally, and they have approved it. So, and I should have made a copy of a flyer, but it's the Upstate Spring Softball League. They're gonna have a recreation division, a competitive division, and a co-ed division. Trevor Buchanan is the one that's running the league, and he says that he can get between 20 and 25 teams. So the flyer that went on social media a week ago, we have sent him all of our contacts that we have for the teams that we've had in the past. So he's looking at starting in March the 9th and going like 6 or 8 weeks. So that is our new adult softball program. And the city they will pay us a fee to use our fields. We'll turn on the lights, we'll light off the field, and he will handle umpires, sign-ups, everything. So.
For those of us that were here, he did a fantastic job of explaining everything to us. Mm-hmm. He's a fantastic young man, a very energetic guy. He's really into this.
He is into this.
He's really into softball. He's into softball. We gave him some suggestions, which one of them was he didn't have really a name.
Right.
And he was just gonna call it his team's name for the thing. Well, as you see, he went and developed a flyer with a new name, which I think was very good. But he did that. So he did a great presentation. It was well done, and I'm glad that the city went ahead with it. I think because Jay, how many teams did we have last year? In
14, I think.
It was somewhere around 14 teams, and then he's saying he could get 25 teams involved coming here. He gets them from all over. They come in and play. He does, I think he said 5 games a night, maybe 6. Is that something like
3
that?
on each.
The 3 on each of the fields. And one field is used for T-ball, but he works around that and can get them in. So that's so he.
He also has on here, no team, no problem. Call me and I will get you set up on a team.
Yeah, that was another big thing that we talked to him about.
It's open to
was opening up so that
everybody.
Say, I wanted to play. I didn't have a place to play. I could call him up and he would find a team for me on that. That was a very important thing that we wanted him to be able to do.
Yes.
And he said, and by that he did that.
Yes.
He's very open to that.
Yes. Oh yeah.
But he wants people to play. I mean, he really thinks a lot of softball as a medium for getting people together and doing the right thing.
Right.
He was very adamant about, let's say, behavior and stuff at his games. He was very keeping it. I use the word civil, whatever, but he was very adamant about that, and so I thought that was very good.
Right. So it is what we are doing this spring.
So there's not a scheduling conflict with spring baseball for youth?
Just when we played our league games, he'll just jump in those open spots.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We'll be playing on those lower 2 fields.
Okay.
3 nights a week.
All right, any questions? Did we need to approve that or just hear that answer? Okay, that's what I thought.
It's already done.
Just
It was approved,
it was approved by the higher-ups
the
or
city
by the city already.
administrator, yes.
All right, now we come to some really good parts now here, the next
Can I say something?
Oh, sure.
Normally, our department reports are written up and we email them out the week before the meeting, but with new members, we wanted y'all to put a name with a face. So they're all here but one, and he's over at volleyball evals. So,
All right. The first one we have are Lacey and Summer, our program people here.
Hello, friends. How are we this evening? Good. Love seeing new faces on this committee. Just like Bill said, I'm Lacey. I've been with the City of Clemson Parks and Rec for about roughly a little over a year. Summer just started back in early of January, so she's very new, but not new to Parks and Recreation. So kind of just a brief overview of what I do and what Summer does is we kind of host all community events, programs, and camps. So we host spring break camp. We do Camp Clemson for 6 weeks. 1 week of spring break actually coming up here pretty soon. Some big events that we do is like Halloween on College. We do the Christmas parade. Flashlight Candy Cane Hunt was something that we brought this year that was new. Touch a Truck is also new this year. So really fun events. And then just some programs like Senior Fitness, Yoga for You. That is sponsored, or not sponsored, that is paid for by the Dabo Foundation, all in. So lots of fun, exciting things that all go into programming. And one of our biggest ones is our senior programs. So Senior Bingo, we had to make some few changes because it is selling out like hotcakes. It is ridiculous. So back in January on the 29th, we had about, what do you say, Jay, about 60 seniors. This month, we had close to 75, and that was with pre-registration. Next month, we're projected to have about 150, 200 people. Yeah, big jumps, big jumps. So our senior bingos historically have run since I've started about 135 to 175. And that's just with Pendleton, Anderson, Clemson, Central, Seneca. I've even seen one out from Greenville, so that was new to me. So this year we made a change. We had a lot of Central Clemson residents reach out, and we made the first 2 Central Clemson residents only, last one with being just open to everybody essentially, and that's kind of how it'll run for the forefront foreseeable future. That's kind of senior bingo. Do I need to go? How far do you want me to go, Jay?
that's fine.
Okay. And then for events, we're gearing up for card sale. So if y'all have some things you want to sell, I'm the person to sign up with. And then we'll have our big Easter extravaganza at Nettles Park. Last year we had about 10,000 people. We're projected for about 12 to 15,000 people this year. Big numbers, big numbers. Lots of eggs to go through and make sure they're all age appropriate as well. So we'll have that on the day before Easter. Didn't think that one all the way through. And then lastly, we'll have our picnic in the park. This year we're kind of revamping this event. It's historically done during the lunch hour, but we're trying something new. We're partnering with Andy's Sips and Such with her mocktail. I don't want to call it a bar, but for lack of a better word, she is going to be setting up a table during 5:30 to 7. Tony Tidwell will be doing live music, and it's a really fun vibe. Definitely come check it out at Nettles. It's from 5:30 to 7, doing some marketing in there.
Where at Nettles?
It's going to be at the lower playgrounds, like lower field area. So we'll probably have Tony set up underneath the pavilion for y'all to come have dinner and bring some snacks, do whatever y'all please, and enjoy the we'll kind of set it up like on the abs. It's kind of a kickoff to On the Ab essentially. That is what we're hoping will be that event essentially. And then we have camps, Bill's favorite subject. So camp will be gearing up. So we'll start, registration has already started for spring break, and then summer will be here before camps run about 6 weeks. We have about 125 kids with 50 kids during spring break. So lots of big numbers being thrown at y'all all at once. So I do apologize for that, but I think that's just part of programming. Its numbers are big and they make huge impacts on our budgets and everything like that. So it's always good to see what the community will show up and show out for you. But that's all I have. Does anyone have questions, comments, concerns?
You know I do.
Not always. I look forward to your questions.
She had the candy cane thing at Christmas, and I didn't know what, she had brought that to me and told me about it. I went, I don't know what this, I went to it one night, and it was fantastic. The kids had a ball that were there. They had this area, and they had the lights and the festive stuff. It was really, she did a fantastic job with it. I thought that was a great program. The kids had a wonderful time hunting candy canes, and they spread them out on the grass, and the kids just would run around, flashlights and stuff, trying to find them. And they had the place decorated. They had hot chocolate and all that stuff to go along for the parent. It was really, really good.
It did so well, almost sold out. I was one person shy the last night. It was so upsetting. But we're thinking about adding a third day just to accommodate that big engagement for that.
I mean, personally, I think it's going to grow.
Yes.
Because it was at nighttime, of course, and they used the flashlights. The kids love flashlights to go around looking. And so I think it's going to grow. So
100%.
I would prepare for that, you know.
Yes.
I saw on the thing where she's doing the truck thing.
Touch a truck. Yes,
That's
sir.
new, but she talked to me about that a while back, and I wasn't sure what it was at first, but I think the kids will like that too. She'll have different kinds of vehicles come in, and they get to play it, run around on them.
We'll be partnering with the police department, Clemson Police Department, Be Your Own Hero, so the kids can come in dressed up as a superhero or a first responder for Child Abuse Prevention Month, essentially. So definitely come on out May 1st.
And then the egg hunt. Now, if you haven't been to one of her egg hunts, it's amazing. A lot of people are there, and they come from all over, everywhere, I think. When I went, I don't see how they were getting all of it, but they have whoever helps her run it did a fantastic job.
Clemson MA.
Yeah, they did a really good job of running it, helping her run it, and there are lots of kids out there running crazy all over getting that. So they did. It was, and if you expect more kids this year, it's going to be. I can't see how you can add any more, but
I ordered 12,000 eggs and my stomach about dropped.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. So, and of course, being a camp person, she knows I love the camp, and I go by their day camps and stuff often and talk to them about that. They do, and they try to do a really good job with that. And senior bingo, I go to that. So she does a great job. Her staff does a great job with all that stuff. So, and it's not an easy staff what she has to do to keep up with all that. But I think she's coming in here and done a really good job with it so far. And then I'm sure she will in the future. Well, I'm going to say something.
If you ever need an ego boost, just he's the one. He's the person.
Anybody else have any comments for her, questions for her?
Sweet. Sounds fun. Perfect. See y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Oh, and if you haven't met, there's Summer. She's our new person that we hired. And,
month and a half, right?
Yes, month and a half.
Month and a half.
All right, Jay, athletics, what's going on?
Yeah, I will speak for Shannon, who is at volleyball evals. We just finished up on Saturday with our youth city tournament. So that was over. Our adult basketball has got 3 more weeks to go. As he said, we're doing volleyball evals Monday, Tuesday this week, baseball evals Thursday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. Our numbers this year are up from the past. We have over 150 girls playing volleyball this spring from age 6 to 17. Baseball, from T-ball up to 14 and under, we've got over 300 kids. In our, the T-ball age group alone, we have 100 in 5 and 6 year olds, 4 and 5 year olds. So between 4 and 6 year olds, we have 180 kids. In that, like in soccer this fall, in our 6 and under, we had 140. So that's a huge age group coming up. But in our baseball ages 8, 10, and 12, we added 3 teams this year. So that's moves us up. And softball, we added an 8U team this year. We've only had one 8U team. We've got 2 8Us and 2 10s and 1 12U team. So that has also increased. We got thrown a curveball a week and a half ago when we've had our opening day set for months, for March the 28th. Well, we see online, the Clemson spring football game is March the 28th. So, we had to put our heads together. I said, well, why don't we have it on Sunday afternoon, the 29th? So we're going to start at like 2 o'clock on Sunday for our opening day. So as they will tell you, one of our main jobs is to adjust and adapt to change. So that was a big one. But anyway, we have 8 all-star basketball teams will be playing in district tournaments the 27th and 28th of February. And if they advance, they will go to the PD, they'll go to either Florence or Myrtle Beach the weekend of the 7th and 8th. So.
And they're at Daniel High School.
We are hosting the 10 and under boys and the 14 and under boys at Daniel High School, yes.
Any questions for Jay about the athletics? The basketball?
I will say that our new member Bradley here took our 12 and under girls to the state championship game. And every girl on that team is eligible to come back next year to play 12 and under. So if we can keep them all together, he has a good chance.
Did I miss that? Did you have any soccer in the spring, Jay?
Yes.
Did I hear any?
We do, and we haven't signed up for it yet. Well, but we do. We've had spring soccer 5 years, I think. We do it Friday night and Saturday, so people can play volleyball, softball, baseball, or flag football, and soccer on the weekend. So you can do both. Yes. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, I thought it. And I went to the city tournaments, and they were fantastic. A lot of fun to watch those little kids and big kids out there. because they went from, what, 8 U's up to 17s, and they were very exciting to watch. And some of the kids, I coached basketball for a long time. The kids are getting so much better as they go up. I mean, they're getting so much better as they go on.
I think out of 8 age groups, a number 1 seed only won 2 age groups.
That's what I was going to say, only one, number 1's only one. And,
2 age groups.
Two age groups. Yeah. And I must say, he has some celebrities coaching out there during this time.
We did.
He had some celebrities out there. You know, Graham Nash was out there coaching a team. The Poppies was Sean Poppy's son played. He didn't, you know. And then they seemed like they were. I saw the baseball coach. He was out there. Yeah, he was. There were a lot of there were all kinds of people coming in and watching that. So it's exciting for everyone. And all right, Joan.
So, welcome to the new people, Tatiana. So I'm Joan Rossini, I'm the manager of the City of Clemson Arts Center. I would like to say that we ran a report from 2024 to 2025. We have grown by 54% in that year, which means 722 more registrations with 45 new people. That is because we have added 8 weeks of summer camp, and we've added after-school programming, which is exciting for us. Summer Arts Camp, which will run 8 weeks again this year, is 90% full, which means we're close to 600 registrations right now. We have one class that has 28 kids in a wait list, so we just opened another couple sections. It's to make plushie monsters, so it's very popular. I'm going to talk a little bit about public art. We're in charge of public art. So currently we're waiting for 7 encroachment permits for 7 more traffic signal boxes. So if you've noticed on here on College Ave, 123, like by Ace Hardware and whatnot, we've done, we did 7 last year, and we're waiting for 7 more. The encroachment permits take some time. We now have a call out for 12 artists to paint storm drains. The campaign is Lake Hartwell Bound program. And utilities came to us and asked if we would want to partner to do this project. We have 1,400 storm drains in Clemson, and they all need to be painted. So we are starting off with 12 over by Catherine Smith Plaza. Met with Ethan, and we walked around and located the storm drains. And what we want to do is make people aware that anything that goes in this drain goes directly to Lake Hartwell. So it's a little bit of creative placemaking, and it's very exciting for us, and utilities is really excited about that. We continue to work with our Arts and Dementia program, continues over at Clemson Downs. We're also working with, so not only are we working with people who have dementia and Alzheimer's, we're also working with assisted living. And so we have 3 artists, we have 2 visual artists and 1 musician who's working with the seniors. And we are about to collaborate with the Brooks Center. They're going to create a class called Arts in the Community, and we're going to be part of building that class. And then we're going to have students come over and work with the seniors in assisted living and in their Creekside dementia. While we're doing that, we are also working with universities like the University of Florida and Johns Hopkins University to expand our initiative. So a lot of exciting things going on there, and we're still talking research. So we're excited about that. And next week, we are part of the South Carolina Arts Commission's Leadership Institute. We will be, they will have their second day at the Arts Center. They want to look at how we do arts in the small spaces. Also, there'll be a panel discussion about what we're doing in arts and health, because we are the only organization, we're the only city the only place doing this type of work this way in South Carolina. So the South Carolina Arts Commission has also invited us to be part of their budget talks to get a line item as part of their arts and wellness initiative. So we're really excited about that. So that's what's happening with us. So, I don't know if there's any questions.
Any questions, comments for Joan?
And Joan should have a new art center in the next year.
Yes, I'm learning all about electricity right now. 408 and 240, so yes. I'm very excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. Thank you. Morgan, any update for CAM?
Hello again. So as I mentioned earlier, I am the manager of CAM. So overarching, we are currently the only museum in the county that exclusively focuses on African American history and life and culture in the upstate. Hopefully that'll change soon. So in that, we do exhibits and programming that focus on different aspects of culture and life for African Americans here in Clemson and the larger Pickens County, and find different ways to engage the community in that history and that culture. Something that we did recently, we had community listening sessions in January at the museum. Naomi came out, and we had some really great feedback from community members, as well as suggestions on things that they would like to see from the museum in the future as far as programming, finding different ways to engage with the community and this history, as well as exhibit ideas as well. So very excited that we got that kind of feedback, and hopefully we'll be able to do something like that again, just very general, very relaxed situation. We're brainstorming different ways to collaborate with the Black Heritage Trail to do some different programming. We're thinking about Juneteenth coming up, so finding some different ways to do some programming and engage with the work that's being done with the Black Heritage Trail and the museum. Dr. Ken Robinson over at the university, he hosts a class called The Community that does different profiles on community projects, organizations, and they are working with CAM this semester as one of their organizations to do a profile on the museum and help us with developing or redeveloping a volunteer program, as well as some different ways that we can revamp and kind of better our community engagement with the community and access so many different folks within the community, from our regular citizens of Clemson to our university students and staff and faculty. So we're very excited to be working with them. I had a group of students last week come and visit the museum, and I have another group of students coming next week to visit the museum. So I'm very excited to work with them in that capacity. Our big piece of programming coming up is the Black History Month dinner. So on February 28th at the museum at 5 p.m., we'll be hosting our Black History Month dinner. Usually it is a luncheon, but this year, with all of the wonderful things that are happening with Black History Month, as well as honoring and celebrating the closing of our Sincerely Daniel exhibit, we decided to move it on Saturday and have a nice little evening ceremony. There's more information as well as the link to RSVP for the dinner on CAM's website. So if you're interested and available and attending, please make sure you RSVP. We are a little over halfway full for our capacity for RSVPs already, so I'm very excited about that and looking forward to hosting folks. We'll also be doing tours for the Sincerely Daniel exhibit as well that evening. And speaking of Sincerely Daniel, the exhibit will be closing on the 28th. So this full weekend and that Saturday of the dinner will be the last opportunities to actually visit the Sincerely Daniel exhibit. So if you haven't, please, please, please go up to the museum and check it out. Jaquel and DK put in a lot of hard work to get the exhibit up, have it running, lots of hours doing different things and programming. So please support them and the museum in any way you can. Piece of programming that we did in these last few months, we actually hosted a watch party for the Super Bowl with the Clemson Black Graduate Student Association on the 8th. It was really nice. We had a really great turnout, and we're able to engage with the different demographic of the student population that we generally don't get engagement with. So that was really nice to be able to speak with them. And I may have mentioned this at the last meeting, but we are currently doing a digitization project with the Clemson University Libraries to digitize the Sincerely Daniel exhibit. So as we're working through our deaccession, returning loaned objects, taking the exhibit down, the library team, that digital projects team, they're coming in and getting images and scans of the different objects from the exhibit. So we've had them come, take pictures. You can probably ask the Child Development Center team and Art Center team, like, who are these people with cameras and why are they here this early or this late? It's from the library taking pictures for our digitization project. So we've made really good progress with that. And we'll hopefully be able to house these images on the South Carolina Digital Library, which is part of the Digital Public Library of America. So this exhibit and these objects will be very accessible and preserved for the long haul. So those are all of the things we have going on and coming up. Any questions?
It sounds like a lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
And of course, when Joan moves out, they'll get to expand.
Yes.
Out there, so that's coming up in a year or so.
Yeah.
So that'll be fantastic for them. But anybody have any comments, questions for them, for Morgan? I think we could thank you, Morgan. Thank you very much. Thank you for all you do. Lauren.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to see all of you, and welcome to our new committee members. We're excited to have you. So I'm Lauren. I am the Tourism and Community Events Coordinator here at the city. So I get to do the fun stuff and tell people why Clemson is so awesome and why they should come visit and spend their money with us. So I have a lot of things that have happened since I last saw you guys, but I'm just going to touch on a few things. So I purchased advertising, print advertising in magazines, in the Blue Ridge Outdoors magazines in October, November, and the upcoming issue in March. The October issue was the hiking issue, so I did a hiking themed ad. The October issue was the outdoor adventure issue, so it was just a general outdoor adventure ad. And then March is the fishing issue, so I did a fun little fishing ad. And so I'm right brain creative, so that's the part of my job that I absolutely love. I also advertise in Travel Girl magazine, the Southeast Tourism Society travel guide, the Upcountry South Carolina Visitors Guide, which goes out to all the state welcome centers. And it's a great publication. Let's see here. I attended the Sports Relationship Conference client event in Columbia, which hosted athletic groups from all over the country. And that was really cool because it was the first time that it has been hosted in Columbia. It's hosted all around the nation. I talked to some reps from organizations looking for host locations for events. I talked with the American Cornhole League, Mental Health in Sports, it's called Lasso Safe, the U.S. Senior Pickleball, and PGC Basketball, which is like youth basketball camps. And I have found success with my contact at PGC Basketball, which is good. I did reach out to Red Bull about potentially sponsoring like a BMX event at the pump track. They politely declined. They're not sponsoring at this time, is what they told me, but they did tell me where I could go if I wanted to buy cases of Red Bull in bulk. So if you need a contact, let me know. I can get you hooked up. So the Collegiate Fit Expo 2026 will be here next week. They are having their event over at the university, but they're staying in our hotels. They have booked up plenty of rooms in our hotels, which we love to see. And so the Fit Expo, it's, from my understanding, it's like if you are like a fitness instructor, this is your like yearly conference where you go to learn new techniques, new things like that. So I think that's really neat. I continuously work with the Clemson Alumni Association to support their events. And right now we're working on getting special room rates for Alumni Spring Break, which is coming in March, March 20th and 21st. I received an RFP from PGC Basketball earlier this week, yesterday actually, about fall day camp. And I'm meeting with Brandon at the CCRC on Thursday to see if that would be a viable location. This brings between 60 to 90 youth basketball players and then their parents, siblings, things like that. So that hopefully would bring heads and beds, so fingers crossed. We submitted, and by we, I mean me and Visit County, we submitted an RFP to co-host the South Carolina Sports Alliance Summer Meeting, which is a group I belong to, and that's where I get a lot of my proposals from my leads for sports events. So it would just be a great opportunity to showcase the best of what both areas have to offer. I have a great relationship with Visit County, and this is just another opportunity to foster our relationship. And then, I'm working on proposals received through Sports ETA, which is another group I belong to. I got RFPs from National Wheelchair Basketball Association, World Axe Throwing League, USA Catchball Association, and the American Cornhole League. They seem to need a larger facility than what we have, but I'm trying to work with them to see if I can get them into our facilities. I attended the 2026 Governor's Conference on Travel and Tourism. I came back last week, and that's where I make a lot of my connections for events as well, and so that was always a good time. I love the beach, so. And then I will be attending the Sports ETA Women in Sports Summit in Scottsdale in April. I've never flown before, so I'm very scared to get on a plane, but luckily a friend of mine is also going, and she's a pro, so every seat I picked is right next to hers, so she can hold my hand if we go down. It'll be fun. It'll be good. And I'm currently chairing the Humanities, Arts, Recreation, and Tourism Subcommittee for the JCUAB group, Joint City University Advisory Board, which fosters the town and gown relationship between us and the university, and that's always a lot of fun. I am also on their Economic Development Committee. We meet tomorrow morning, and then I meet with my Heart Committee next Thursday. So there's a lot of other things going on through here. But yeah, any questions?
Obviously, a lot, as you know, and of course, Lauren does the downtown.
Oh yes, on the Ave. I organize on the Ave, yes.
She organizes that downtown, which is very good.
Thank you.
And then, what else locally you do? And then
I help out with Parks and Rec with their senior bingo when they need it, and any other hands, Cam as well. So just really where I'm needed, I'm always able and willing to help, lend a helping hand. And I love it. I love meeting new people. I love meeting the community. So, yeah.
Do you work with some of the events at 12 Mile?
Not as of recently, no.
Okay.
I have not.
The chamber has,
Yes.
That's
taken
the chamber.
over
The chamber does the rowing. Yeah.
rowing.
Chamber thing.
I tell them about this summer's on the Ave.
Oh, I'm so glad you asked, Jay. Thank you.
I know the answer, but I want you to tell me.
So if you guys are not aware, the city is doing a downtown streetscape project that starts at the end of this month, and they're hoping to conclude August 15th. And they are ripping up the pavers, pouring new sidewalks, putting in new trees, things like that. So we are currently pausing on the Ave for this summer. There's just a lot of safety hazards that I'm not comfortable letting people get too close to. And also with the tight timeline of February to August, we don't want to slow down the process. So, but I am thinking about planning like a big block party reveal, like, woohoo, look, we got, look how beautiful our downtown is. So that's on the books, but yes, I'm sad we're not having on the Ave. It's a lot of work in the moment, but once it's all up and running, it's just like, oh man, like I love that the community loves this, that I have the opportunity to put it on for them.
Something you haven't mentioned yet, maybe you're not involved, is the concerts that are coming here this summer?
Yes, so the George Strait in May, and then Morgan Wallen in June. He has a 2-night performance. So that is majority university because it's in the stadium. We don't have like the say-so.
I just think they're gonna be
to-
upset about downtown being tore up, all the people that come in.
We'll work with it as it comes, but it's one of those, yeah, it stinks in the moment, but when it's all done, it's gonna be worth it. And I'm here to offer support to the businesses during the project. So yeah, it's a lot, but it will be great. So.
Any other questions, comments for Lauren? As you can see, she's very busy with all kinds of stuff, trying to bring into Clemson, all kinds of things into Clemson.
What I like to say is that y'all can see that our team all works with each other. We help, like for the senior bingo, Public Works comes and helps us set up tables and chairs. The rec center helps put down the carpet. So it's a city-wide effort to pull off all that is going on. You new members see that this is a lot of activities and we've got going on.
Most definitely, most definitely.
Catch me at Senior Bingo on Thursday. I'll be there. So, but anything else? No? Good?
All right, thank you. All right, Jay, Tommy's stuff, which is, I think he gave that
We
out.
have a handout of what Tommy, our maintenance department for 30 years had only 2 people. They did all the ball fields and parks and the urban land management division department, they work on right-of-ways and city-owned areas and parks. When we had our parks master plan, they said that a maintenance department needed 6 people. So our goal is to get 6 people plus Tommy, where that crew can take over all of the parks, where we do the maintenance of all the parks. We have added 1 position. We have 3 people. We have an opening. We're hiring, and then we're asking for another position in this department to try to eventually take over all the parks. So this is all that Tommy and Billy and Andrew would do.
Y'all can read through that and you see that Tommy does a great job of writing everything down. He keeps it up. But I talked with Tommy the other day, and they're busy. Of course, they're getting ready with their spring season, which is when the grass is growing and the fields are being used a whole lot more. So they're really getting cranked up here right at the end. So we appreciate what they do. They work hard.
Yes.
And having to keep up all the, and I think they tow somebody's trailer around sometimes down there. Somebody's trailer. I hear stories about the trailer. All right. All right. Jay, some of your updates on some of your prior projects.
But Joan knows more about the Art Center update. Been picking out
Electricity.
supplies and
Electricity.
electricity and all what she needs.
We added restrooms. We added restrooms, and then, we'll get that in the new design. And then we've just been talking a lot about electricity right now with the architects, and 208 versus 240, and Public Works has been helping us out, Ron, and the city electrician. We do have a picture of the plan up at the Art Center, just so people can ask questions and whatnot. But that's as far as we've gotten so far. We met with the architects, I don't know, I guess about a month ago now, and kind of sat down and went through like what we want for storage and stuff like that. What's really nice is we'll be able to close off the studio space, leave the gallery, have the gallery up front, and that's where we want to put some more bathrooms. So we could have an event going on and not have people wander down into the studios if there's classes or children or anything like that. So that's great. Yeah, there'll be lots of storage, lots of windows, garage doors to open up into the space on the outside, kiln yard, places to store clay outside that hopefully will be temperature controlled. We're thrilled. So, and we're already starting to plan programming, like how we would plan programming in the space. So.
The new art center will be located on the upper part of Nettles Park off of Porter Roadside. So will be at Nettles. The site of it is actually the highest point where you can see the mountains and all that.
Well, North Light, and yeah, it's just going to be fantastic.
She can't wait.
I got a bigger office with a window. Emily's excited to have an office, and we're just excited. Right now I'm in a closet. Emily doesn't even have her own office.
Right.
We're excited.
Anything else about the art center? It's gonna be good. We're looking forward to that. Of course, as I said, once Joan gets her place built, then Morgan gets they're gonna redo some of that area so that she can have a bigger space to move into also.
Right.
So they'll be redoing the museum and stuff, the area there.
Right.
All right, 12 Mile.
Okay, the spring break rowing program that the chamber runs is late February through April the 1st. You know how many teams are signed up?
It's been a while since I've checked in with Brian.
Yeah, it's normally 40-something teams, I think, from the
50-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The north come here and do their rowing with practices. So that's another big boost to the city's economy and hotels also. So, and then we had a meeting today with Brandon Cruz. I think it's the 5th annual paddle jam is May the 30th at the park out there. His event started out small and has grown. So that's on May the 30th. Also, we have the open water swim event that's out there in early June. So those are our big events at 12 Mile Park.
All right, anybody else from Abernathy? Did they get the new fence up? Put the fence up on the front
Yes, they did that
a while back.
a while back, yes, at 12 Mile. Abernathy is called the revitalization, the word of Abernathy, but we have a meeting Thursday at 1 o'clock with the architects, it's MKSK, about a cost estimate of the park. We've had at least 2 public meetings where they set up drawings of, and they've had plenty of public comments on what that they would like out there. But I think there's gonna be less of a boardwalk. They're gonna tear it all down and rebuild, cut out a bunch of trees and vegetation to open up a better view of the lake, I'd say. But we don't have a final plan yet. But the sewer project that hasn't begun yet, they can't do any work at the park until the sewer project is completed. So we're also waiting on that. But when I get a diagram of their conception, I'll be glad to send it out to y'all, okay? And you can see what they have in mind.
And Clemson Park, Jay.
I have an update right here about weather has slowed them up, of course. But this is their plan. They have weekly meetings and updates on what is happening. And hopefully within a couple of weeks, once they do the landscaping and all, we can officially open the skate park and they won't have to jump the fence, which has been happening for months and months and months, but we want to get it open as quick as everybody else does.
Okay, that's the Clemson Park. What's the finish due date they think? When they're gonna be able to finish the whole thing?
Hopefully this summer or early.
Or early in the summer sometimes?
Fall, yeah.
Early fall?
Or in the, once again, it depends on the weather. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, let's see. I think that covers all our regular stuff. That comes down to any new business. Anybody have anything they want to bring up that hasn't been brought up? Anybody have any new business or anything? Then I have a couple of things to say. Those of you that missed the last meeting because we didn't have enough, there was a group, of course, the Girl Scouts came and talked, and they came back. Then the student senate came and they wanted to, I guess you loosely term, partner and give us, somehow they wanted to help with volunteers
Yeah.
within our programs from the Clemson University Student Senate.
Yes.
And they came and talked to us about how they wanted to do that and how they might do that. I don't know if we've seen any progress from that, Jay. Have we seen anything from that? That would be Lacey's.
Yes.
Anything from them, Lacey, on that?
So I did reach out to Jessica with Senate. They are unable to do any of our like spring events. I think they're only able to do our fall events, pretty much. Because due to class schedules and everything else, she didn't think that a lot of them were going to be able to participate, even on our Easter events. So, yeah.
So they're trying, they want to find a means of getting out into the community, having Clemson University come into the community some and help out with some things. And this was their way, but it seemed like their scheduling is a problem with them, and you know, so but hopefully they could do some more this fall.
And that they're like, she's going to be stepping down, so it's really up to the new president on how far out they want to schedule volunteers. So I do know that tidbit of that.
But it's when they were talking, they really were anxious to be able to do something because they wanted to get out there and be a part of a university. But again, you know, the scheduling and time was going to be tough for them and all that. So that's where that was the only thing with this student senate update. Was the only thing I had. And the last thing we had the community connection, which Sarah's been doing the community connection for us. She's done through the spring. Did you do the spring one?
I haven't yet.
Spring?
It just came out.
The spring.
You did that.
When the connection just came out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything in it. I didn't see anything. Was anything in it? Did anybody look in there? I looked for it. An article in there for.
I read it, but now I don't think I saw anything.
I don't think I saw an article about our. What we do is we usually Sarah writes up a little thing about one of the parks, and we put it in there about one of the parks that we have. And I don't remember seeing anything in it as I read through it. And I don't.
Was there something in there?
I'll check back. I wrote one.
Pickleball? I thought
it was very.
I wrote one up and then I can check.
I have to check.
The holidays, because it was due the 31st, the holidays sort of got in there.
Which park did you do? Do you remember?
I did the one downtown, Catherine.
Smith.
Thank you, yes.
I don't remember seeing anything. I don't.
I'll check my emails. Honestly, like I might have written it and forgotten to send it. Sorry about that. I'll send it for next quarter.
Well, it was, the magazine was very thin. It wasn't much in the magazine. It was very thin compared to some of the other ones. But if they got one, then they use it for the next one, which would be the summer one coming out now. Which would be the summer one coming out. And so eventually we're gonna have to find someone that would write, because Sarah's leaving at the end of the summer. I hate that. We're going to find someone that's would write about one of the parks for each of the magazines that comes out, which comes out 4 times a year.
Yeah.
So we now, since we have one that she turned in that was not used, and that could be the spring one, we just have to make sure that the people in charge down there know that. I mean, for the summer one. So then we have to look at one for the fall one to come up. Right. So we'll need to kind of think about that. So who could, do that, write a park. Just pick a park, write a little, take a picture or two, write a little bit about what the history of the park and what goes on. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long. If you've got kids, they love going to the park.
They don't have to, it doesn't have to be long or anything, just something that we put in there about it from us. So that's what we'll talk about at our next meeting.
Which is May the 19th. You did a good segue into that. I had it. Our next meeting is May the 19th.
Put that on your schedule so you can. We really like to have everybody here. It was fantastic having
one tonight. Yes.
Yeah, we're only missing one tonight. Michael Steele was not able to come for whatever reason, and so we look forward to having everybody back again on May 19th. Now we do have occasion to have what we call a work study type thing, or workshops or whatever. We've only had maybe one in the last year or so. We haven't had very many.
I will say that we turned in our new budget yesterday, so we haven't had, the next couple of months, we will have budget meetings with the finance and everybody else on what our budget will look like. And normally, it goes to city council in either May or June, and then it starts, well, July the 1st, the new budget does. So you've turned ours in and we'll see what happens.
All right, does anybody else have anything? I'm done. All right, we adjourn over at 7:30, Jay.
Right on the button.
7:30.
That's why you're our chairman.
I appreciate that, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sarah, where are y'all moving?
Well, here's the deal. We have
Tell me your daughter's name. Josie. I think that's, she goes to Clemson Elementary? Yeah, I think I substitute for her. Yeah.
That's how I feel like.
So yes, we need to get them
So my daughter got into it,
yeah, finalize them and send them to Jay.
when she was 8 years old. And then Jay first year, we actually went to state